Isipin mo to, 5 taon ka na sa abroad, nakailang balikbayan box ka na, nakailang video call ka na puro I miss you ang simula, pero nauuwi sa pa-Gcash naman ang dulo. Pero ito ang masakit, sa 5 taon na yan, ang tanging investment na maipapakita mo ay yung pundasyon ng bahay nyo sa probinsya na hanggang ngayon nakalabas pa rin ang mga bakal dahil wala ng budget para ipagpatuloy pa ito. O kaya naman yung business na sinimulan ng pinsan mo gamit ang pera mo. Pero nung tinanong mo kung nasaan na ang kita, ang sagot sa iyo ay pasensya na. Humina ang benta. Ang totoo niyan, you're not an investor. You're just a source of interest-free loans na hinding-hindi mababayaran. You're working your life away in a foreign land just to fund the lifestyle in the Philippines that you don't even get to enjoy. It's a cycle of financial martyrdom, and honestly, it's exhausting. You are essentially trading your best years, your youth, and your time away from your children for a series of failed experiments back home. You feel like a king for 5 minutes when your salary hits the bank, but by the time you've finished your remittances, you're left with just enough for some instant noodles and bed space. Para kang naging glorified ATM na may passport lang. Ang video na to ay para sa kaalaman lamang, hindi personal na payong pinansyal. Affiliate products in the shelf below. This is the Brown Investor, and I spend way too much time thinking about why OFWs keep losing money on business ideas that were doomed from the start. If you're someone who is tired of seeing your hard-earned remittances vanish into thin air and you're ready to actually build a business that works, hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Here's the thing, most OFWs think that being a good provider means saying yes to every business proposal from home. Now look, icha-challenge ko ang mindset mo ngayon. Ang pagbibigay ng puhunan sa pamilya ng walang malinaw na system ay hindi tulong. Ito ay financial sabotage. Sinasabotahin mo na ang sarili mo, sinasabotahin mo pa sila dahil tinuruan mo silang maging dependent sa magic wallet mo sa abroad. Here's what most people don't realize. 70% of small businesses in the Philippines fail within the first 2 years. That's a real cold statistic from the Department of Trade and Industry. Now, imagine adding the complexity of a remote manager na nasa ibang bansa. The odds are stacked against you from day one. When you send 100,000 pesos to start a business, most families don't see it as a capital. They see it as a gift. And you don't grow gifts, you consume them. This is where it gets interesting. Ang pamilya mo sa Pilipinas, they have skin in the game, pero wala silang risk. Why? Kasi pera mo ang nakataya, hindi kanila. It's like a metaphor of a driver who doesn't own the car. Hindi sila matatakot dumaan sa lubak kasi hindi naman sila ang magbabayad ng repair. If the business fails, they just go back to their normal life. Pero ikaw, kailangan mo mag-overtime ng panibagong 6 na buwan para mabawi yung nawalang puhunan. It's a psychological disconnect. They see the capital but they don't see the hours of sleep you lost to earn it. Now you might be thinking, the Brown Investor, anong gusto mong gawin ko? Hayaan ko silang walang trabaho sa Pinas? Of course not. Pero kailangan natin gamitin ng math at psychology. Let's look at the numbers. Let's say nagpadala ka ng $5,000 or roughly mga 280,000 para sa isang piggery o sari-sari store. In your head, you're thinking about the monthly income. Pero ang hindi mo kinalkula ay ang operational leakage. Every time may binyag, bawas ang paninda. Every time may nagkasakit, benta muna ang baboy. After 6 months, yung 290,000 pesos mo, naging 20,000 na lang na cash on hand. You just paid $5,000 for a very expensive lesson in hospitality. Think about that. That's almost 300,000 pesos of your life Gone because you wanted to be the hero back home. Here's the reality check. Most businesses fail because they are petty businesses. Sinimulan nyo lang kasi walang magawa si tito o si kapatid, hindi dahil may market cap. Now look, if you want a business to survive while you're abroad, it needs to be person independent. Ibig sabihin, kahit wala doon ang pamilya mo, tatakbo ang system. Here's what my family started that actually work. And it's not what you think. We didn't start with a grand opening and balloons. We started with micro testing. Instead of giving the whole 200,000, we started with 20,000. I told them, grow this first. If they can't grow 20,000 to 25,000, what makes you think they can handle the 200,000? Logic dictates that a bad manager will only fail bigger with more money. This is where most OFWs fail. Nagpapadala tayo based sa feelings instead of figures. Now look, when we started our rental business, I didn't just send money for a house. I sent money for a specific high-demand area after doing the research myself online. I didn't ask my relatives where they wanted to build. I told them where the market was. You have to be the CEO even from 5,000 miles away. Now look, here is the actionable advice. If you're going to fund a business in the Philippines in 2026, follow the 3-rule framework. Rule number 1, the 50-50 skin. Ang pamilya mo dapat may share sa puhunan kahit 10% lang. Kahit maliit, kailangan may sakit sa bulsa nila kapag nalugi. If they have to save up their own 10,000 pesos to get your 90,000, they will treat that business differently. Rule number 2, digital transparency. No more manual notebook tracking na pwedeng burahin o mawala. Use free POS apps. If you can't see the inventory from your phone in Dubai, don't fund it. We live in 2026. There's no excuse for hindi ko alam kung nasaan ang benta. Rule number 3, the salary rule. Hindi pwedeng kupit system. Ang pamilya mo ay employees ng business. They get a fixed salary. Hindi sila pwedeng kumuha sa benta para pambili ng load o pang merienda. The psychological insight here is simple. Boundaries create respect. Kapag naging malinaw ka sa rules, hindi ka madamot. You are being a leader. Ang problema, marami sa atin gusto lang natin maging bida. Gusto nating tayo ang hero na nag-uuwi ng pera. Pero ang tunay na hero ay yung taong tinuruan ng pamilya niya na tumayo sa sarili nilang mga paa para pag uwi mo, hindi ka na kailangan mag-abroad ulit. Now look, I know mahirap tanggihan ng pamilya. It's painful to say no when you know you have the money in your own bank account. Pero isipin mo to, every time you fund a failing business, you are extending your sentence abroad by another year. Do you really want to be 55 years old, still cleaning floors, still working in the heat, or still fixing machines in a cold country just because you couldn't say no to a cousin's food cart dream? Ang pera na kinikita mo ngayon ay hindi lang para sa kanila. Ito ay pambili mo ng kalayaan. Freedom to go home. Freedom to attend your daughter's graduation without a screen in between you. Freedom to sleep in your own bed in the Philippines knowing your bills are paid by your assets, not your sweat. Protect that freedom. Be the brown investor of your life. Hindi lang ang tagapagpondo ng pangarap ng iba. Every dollar you save and invest correctly is a brick in the road that leads you back home. Don't let others dismantle that road before you even finish building it. Stay smart, stay invested, And huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe dahil dito, katotohanan lang ang pag-uusapan natin. Kahit masakit. I'll see you in the next video.